Madam Adjudicator, ma'am, members of this honorable house, a pleasant afternoon to everyone. I am Church Alison Semilia, and I am here to tell you why Max is the worst character and why Rene is the best one. So Max is the worst character because of two reasons. One, what he did in the story. Two, what he represents in the society. So what he did in the story is that uh, he shows that he is self-centered. He only cares for himself. He has a chance to help Lucy, but he didn't grab the chance which we should grab. That's a chance to help and to be a good person. But Max chose not to help and to be the bad one. If you have a chance to help and to serve, you should always say yes. But Max said no. Doing nothing is the worst thing. But he also said, I don't care, which made him even worse. So speaking of I don't care, second reason, what he represents in the society. He represents indifferent people. So let me expand that. Love is a special kind of feeling, and hate is also a special kind of feeling. So the opposite of love is not hate. The opposite of love is indifference. Indifference is the absence of feelings. So Max is the opposite of love. You know, in this world full of people, you can't just care for yourself. You should care for other people around you. If you have a chance to help and to serve, always give a hand, especially now in this time of pandemic, because we're all suffering and we need to cooperate and to help each other. We can't just mind our own things. We need each other. We're all in this together. This is not just our personal problem, but this is our country and the whole world's problem. So we have to have feelings. Max represents those who are refusing to cooperate during this pandemic. They are only concerned with themselves, their own problems instead of other people's too. Who doesn't care about the protocols and only concerned with his own thoughts. Do you want the world and this pandemic to have people like Max? That would be a world that is horrifying, which we don't want to live in. And we should give each other the light because that makes this world full of dark, when we should give each other the light to shine together. So let me proceed on Rene. Rene is the best character because of two reasons. One, what he did in the story, and two, what he represents in the society. What he did in the story is that he lent the boat to Lucy. He is true to his words. He may have asked Lucy to have sex with him, but he's honest that that's what he wants in return. You know, he didn't become hypocrite. He is honest that that's what he wants. Take it or leave it, as simple as that. Say no or say yes. Lucy said yes. Besides, he is true to his words. He lent the boat as promised, you know. He represents in the story, as I said earlier, is that doctors, farmers, you know, asking for anything in return doesn't make you a bad or the worst person. You know, asking anything for return is natural these days. You know, the doctors, the farmers, they're asking something in return. They'll heal you, pay them. They'll give you rice, pay them. But just because they ask something for return, that doesn't make them the worst or the bad person, the bad or the worst person. They are simply wanting something that they crave or need in return, for something they hold as precious like time, resources, or even objects like the boat of Rene. For Rene, that's his boat's word, sex. Unlike Lucy, Rene knows how to give value to things that he treasures. His boat is worth a sex. Take it or leave it. It's your choice anyways, you know? Plus, Rene gave his condition before Lucy's choices got exhausted. So it really depends on Lucy's decision whether she'd say yes or say no. And Lucy said yes. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Church. That was with 30 seconds to spare. Now we move to the 3-minute interpolation, which starts now.
Okay, I would like to start first with the. I would like to point out 4 or 5 points of your. I would like to point out 4 or 5 points of your speech. First, you said that Max. Do you think it is irregular to see people like Max in this world who are irregular or who are indifferent?
No.
Okay, so in this thing, do you think that they are considered worse people if they do not act?
What? They do not?
Do you think that they are considered the worst people if they do not commit anything?
Yes.
Okay, now moving on to Rene. Do you think it is correct for someone to exchange a concrete object for something an abstract idea that you cannot give away, such as a woman's virginity?
But he said that roads were, so it's Lucy's choice.
Okay, I would like to point out that you said that what he said was fair. You said that he was helping her and Lily had a choice. Do you think her being helpless is not a sign of weakness?
No, she has a chance. She has a choice to wait than to give up her dignity. But she chose to give up her dignity, just not to wait. And wait is way more better choice to choose than giving up your dignity just for a book.
I would like to ask, if you were in her position, that if you were filled with helplessness, love for another person, you would do the same as him.
I will not give up my dignity just for a book.
And do you think what he did was wrong? What Renee offered was wrong?
No,
But why won't you take up his offer?
because I'm not Lucy. Lucy is that in love to Chris, and that will not be that in love with someone to the point that I will give up my dignity just for that one. I am not that. I will not love like that. And what's wrong is in that is that the love of Lucy for Chris.
That means you are showing that by Lucy loving someone, she will not pick Renee's offer of sleeping with him because he does not love him.
She
Is
can
that
wait.
where it is wrong? Yes? That is all questions po.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank
So
you.
we there again 30 seconds to spare, and now we move to church. Tell me if you're ready to start. Sorry, Nathan. Can you please tell me if you're ready to start?
Yes, I would like to start na po.
Your 5 minutes starts now.
Okay, so hello everyone again. Great afternoon everyone. I am Nathan Lopeno once again. Can you hear me clearly po to the opponent?
Yes.
Okay, so to start off, I would like to detail in this speech of mine that Max is the best character and Renee is the worst character for me. This is because Max is not that hard to find in the world. There are a lot of people that are indifferent. There are the people that choose to not act because they do not have the ability to do so. While Max has the ability to do so, he chooses not to, so that he doesn't get involved with others. Renee is my worst person. This is because in taking advantage of her helplessness, she is weak. This means that she is put in a position that she has no other choice, and it's her only choice. If because this is of her love for Chris, she is forced to choose what is against her will. But again, this makes Renee the worst person because he did not consider the woman's feelings, Lucy's feelings, because he did not consider that is this good or will this ever do? He points out the people in the society that are manipulative and greedy that took to show that there are higher people. There are people that are more privileged than you, that they can give you things that you don't know, but what they want is something that it's like imagine an abstract thing like a life and a concrete thing like food. You exchange your life for food. Now, this would be very meaningless because well, you cannot have the food if you are dead. This is to show that you cannot take back your life. You cannot you can put back food. You cannot take back your life as it is an abstract object. Meaning that in Lucy's position, that she is weak, that she chose to forgo her virginity as a woman, that she hopes to reserve only for Chris, her loved one. She chooses to give it up to Renee, meaning that she has given up something that cannot be returned. Going forward with my statement kanina, it is shown that food can be exchanged, can be paid for, and life, well, maybe can be paid for, but there's no value to it. And that is why I believe Renee is a worse person because he refuses to help Lucy even if he knows and decides to put a bargain on it. Because if you really want to help, you help without asking anything in return. And that is all.
All right. So we now move to 3-minute interpolation. 3 minutes starts now.
Max can help, right?
Yes.
But you said that he can't, right?
Yes, I believe I said so.
Because he don't care. So you said that there's a lot of people that are indifferent, like Max, right?
Yes.
Let's say that there is a lot of murderers. There is a lot of murderers. Does that validate that killing is good?
No, of course it's not.
Exactly. Not because there is a lot of um not because there is a lot of indifferent that validates that indifferent is good, right?
Okay.
You said that Lucy is forced to do something that's not in her that's not her will, right?
Yes.
But she said yes, right?
Yes.
She chose to say yes, right?
Yes, he did.
Thank you. Precisely. You said that Rene is manipulative, right?
Yes, I did.
But when you manipulate someone, you are not asking before, you are doing it and you are just doing it, right? You are not giving them the choice. Am I correct?
I would like to clarify that at first he offered the decision. Then Lucy rejects and goes around, sees another opportunity, and is helpless. This is so meaning
But
she has been
not
helpless for a
but
long time.
manipulators are not asking if they can manipulate you, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you said that Lucy is weak, right?
Yes, she agrees.
But Lucy said that, but Lucy has a choice to wait, right?
Yes, she has.
So
She
if
never
you
attacked.
have other options, that doesn't make you weak. Who said that Lucy was a virgin? You said in your speech that Lucy is virgin, right?
Yes,
But is it stated that Lucy is virgin?
it is not.
No, it is not stated. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, both of you. So